You guys had some questions, and we're gonna give you some answers.
I'm Dani.
I'm NISHA.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Hannah.
And this is
The Vegan View.
Cheers! Hey guys, welcome back to The Vegan View. So we are going to be doing another Q&A today. We asked in our Facebook group. If you're not in that, you should totally join. It's linked in the description box down below. If there was any questions that you guys wanted us to answer, so we're each going to pick a question to answer.
Catherine Chantel Henderson asks, have any of you experienced pain relief since going vegan? Yes, I have. I had interstitial cystitis. I still have it. It's a chronic condition where you have inflamed kidneys and bladder, and a lot of people can't even like function in society or even get out of bed, and that's how bad I had it. And if you guys want to know more about it and how I relieved that, if you have similar chronic pain issues, you can check out my channel. I have a couple of videos on that. But yeah, it was a huge relief. I felt it was crazy because I was doing plant-based on and off. Like I just have like a little bit of dairy, or a little bit, mostly for me it was meat. Like, and I would get grass-fed meat and like cage-free eggs, like, you know, the bougie stuff you're supposed to take when you have like a chronic illness. And I'd still have like debilitating flare-ups where I couldn't even leave my house. And one day I decided to go vegan and educate myself on the ethical aspects of it and the environmental aspects of it, and I realized I'm vegan for life. I never want to knowingly consume or buy animal products, and I don't know if it was like the psychological effects of it or the health aspect or science stuff, but there's a huge shift in my flare-ups and the pain relief that came with going 100% vegan. And it was really cool.
I had a few things that happened when I went vegan as far as like pain is concerned, and one of them was that I was suffering with really bad digestive issues, and it was something that kind of had started when I was like in college and then continued on, and I kept thinking I had all these food allergies. I got all these tests done. I went to so many doctors, took so many blood tests, and they couldn't find anything. And then switching vegan was like, that completely changed my digestive system, like, and it helped it so much. Like, it was night and day different for me. Like, not to say that I'm human, so I still have things that like pop up every now and then, but like for the most part it was life-changing for me. And it was after going through such a frustrating experience of like doctors not knowing what's wrong and things like that, just to know that something as simple as like my diet could help with that without having to take any medication or anything like that was just so nice. And then also, recently I was actually just talking to my family about allergies because my brother has really bad allergies, and he was like, yeah, I just don't know what to do. Like, I'm allergic to everything, I feel like. And I was like, I used to have really bad allergies as well. And I would have allergy attacks in the morning so bad that I like couldn't even open my eyes sometimes because they'd be so puffy. And I would like go to work and I'd be sneezing over and over again. It was like interrupting my life. I was like, how can I like wake up and do my job if I'm having an allergy attack so bad? And that was another thing that happened when I went vegan. I don't have them anymore, ever.
That's awesome.
It's crazy, yeah. I completely credit the vegan diet. There's nothing else I changed in my life except that, so.
Right.
So Allie Thomas asked, how do you balance healthy eating and treating yourself? And that's a really good question. I think it's something that every person who's trying to eat healthy deals with. I felt personally compelled to answer this question because I used to have an eating disorder, and I did a video on my channel about the difference between binging and indulging. And I think that especially if you're prone to that, or if you've had issues with that, it can be really overwhelming. And like you said in the comments that sometimes you get mad at yourself, and I totally have been there. I think the thing is that the more you eat healthy, as long as you're eating enough, you start to feel so good that when you do indulge, it's fun mentally, but your body doesn't feel as good. So it's like days like today when we're filming the Vegan View, we totally like snack all day long and we eat all this processed food, but then I don't really feel very good right now, to be honest. So it's like tomorrow I'm really looking forward to just getting back to my normal diet and feeling really good, but today is really fun. So I think it's just about focusing on the fact that like it's a fun thing and not something that's like totally derailing your health or gonna make you gain weight, like just one indulgence here or there. And I also think that it has to do with intention. Like, as long as you're eating and indulging in a way that's like bringing you joy and it's like social and fun or whatever, that's good. But if it's to hurt yourself or because you're feeling like out of control in some way, or you can't stop if it's like obsessive, then I think that is something you should look at and realize that that's not about food. That's about you feeling out of control or feeling some insecurity, and that you're just placing it on food. So also eating enough. Did I say that? I always say that.
Okay, so this is from Brittany Fisher, and she asked, because if you guys couldn't tell, I'm pregnant, and this is my second pregnancy. She says, Dani, how do you make sure you're getting everything you need every day while pregnant? So this is just my opinion. Like, I don't really worry about it that much. You get blood tests throughout your pregnancy, you know, if you're going to an OBGYN. And my blood test results are always fine. The only thing I'm ever a little deficient in is vitamin D3. So I do supplement that, and I take a prenatal vitamin, and I also take a DHA supplement, vegan, of course. So I take those things just to like make sure I'm getting all like the vitamins and minerals and stuff like that I need. And then I try to eat healthy, but like sometimes I don't. I just eat how I want to eat, and I just listen to my body. And I think that that's like a really important lesson to anyone who's going to be a mom, is just like relax, like just try to take the best care of yourself, but like don't stress out about it. Because like my first pregnancy, I was like a lot more worried, and this one I'm so much more relaxed. And I think that that's like a lot healthier, just to like, you're not going to get every single vitamin and nutrient every single day, but like in the long run you'll probably be fine as long as you're eating like a pretty well balanced diet. And yeah, you're gonna be okay. Just like do your normal blood tests, make sure if like you're deficient in anything, like obviously if like you're deficient in protein, eat more protein and any of those things, and take your prenatal vitamins, and yeah, just enjoy your pregnancy and relax and eat what you want to eat.
I will say, for anyone who's worried about being deficient, whether you're pregnant or not, I think it's really important to focus on what you're drawn to and to go for what you're drawn to. The other day, without even thinking about it, I was at the grocery store, and I was really drawn to, like, the idea of lentil soup was like very appealing to me randomly, and also a spinach salad. Like, I was walking by the spinach and I was just like, really wanted it, which is super weird. But then when I got home and I made dinner, I felt so good afterwards, and I realized like, oh, I've been on my period for 3 days, and you need iron when you're on your period, and both of those foods are rich in iron. So my body was like telling me, and that happens to me all the time. If I like tune into what I'm craving, it's usually because I'm needing something.
Yeah, on a side note though, like when people say like they stopped being vegan when they were pregnant because they were craving meat, I always like, I mean, obviously sometimes like I think I have those cravings too, but like I always am craving like a vegan meat. So like I'll be like, ooh, like let's DoorDash, you know, like a vegan junk food place because I want like a chicken sandwich or like a vegan burger. And like maybe my body's craving more protein, or maybe it's just craving more fat, but like so
calories.
Yeah, so you could just like, you know, eat a lot of avocado or some tofu if like you think that maybe you're craving those things. Like you don't ever actually need meat and dairy. Like don't fall for those cravings. Just go for the vegan alternatives.
A lot of foods we eat we're emotionally attached to, and we think, oh, I really want this chicken, or I really want this piece of cheese, and it's usually not because you're deficient in calcium or protein. It's just because you have this emotional attachment to food, and we all have really emotional attachments to different kinds of food. And there's this huge thing with food psychology that it's not really, like, some people can binge eat certain things because they think their body needs it, and it's really just because you're having like an episode where you're emotionally tied to it too. So always think about that. If your blood levels are fine, you're probably fine, and you probably just want it.
Yeah.
There's no
Unless
shame
you're having
in
like
that.
a really good craving,
Yeah.
like lentil soup and spinach
you're-
salad,
that's
go for
amazing.
that.
If you're craving lentil soup and spinach, you are
Listen to your
a
cravings.
perfect woman. Because I only crave pizza.
Trash. Okay, so this question, I'm sorry if I butcher your name, is from Matty Abbey. And it says, did any of you experience the side effects of going vegan, losing hair, losing your period, etc.? If so, how did you help end these side effects? Or do you have tips for someone who may be going through these? So personally, I did not experience any of these side effects, but I did like this question because it was something that I was worried about for some reason before going vegan. I thought that I was going to lose my hair, and I definitely didn't. If anything, I feel like my hair grows way faster and it feels way healthier than it's ever been before. I've experienced nothing but good things coming from vegan, like coming from an all-American diet to going to a vegan diet, especially because my all-American diet was not a healthy one. So going vegan really opened my mind to like more fruits and vegetables that I was absolutely not eating, and so if anything it was better for me. But did you guys ever have any like hair loss or anything?
So here's the thing. If you're experiencing things like hair loss, or you're losing your period, or you're having unexplained weight gain or weight loss, and you're thinking it's your diet and you're new to veganism, you've only been doing it for like a year, a couple years, or even a couple months, diet takes a really long time to affect those kind of things unless you're not eating enough calories or you have some pre-existing hormone issue, some kind of endocrine system problem. And that's when you should go see your doctor. If you're missing your period, or if you're having really heavy periods where you can barely leave your house, you need to go see a doctor. Those things are not immediate. Like, your diet can't affect that so quickly unless you're starving yourself. And you can't unbalance your hormones that quickly from a vegan diet. So I know a lot of people go like 1 month into it and they're like, oh, my hair is falling out. And it's usually not connected to that. It's either stress, you're not eating enough, or there's some pre-existing conditions, and you should go see a doctor. I have PCOS, or I don't even know if I have it anymore. But I was diagnosed with PCOS when I was like 15, and I had a lot of cysts on my ovaries. I had high androgen levels. They put me on a keto diet, and even back then when I was on a keto diet, like high fat, high protein, I was eating meat and dairy, obviously. They told me that it won't affect you for a couple of years, so I kept on doing it for a couple of years, and even then it didn't really do anything. And same thing with the vegan diet. I don't have cysts on my ovaries anymore. I used to take tons and tons of medication, and the medication never worked until I went on a vegan diet. But it took years. Like, I've been vegan for almost 4 years now, and I'm just starting to see huge improvements. My hair grows disgustingly fast. Go watch our earlier videos. It is insane.
So fast.
But yeah, if you're feeling like you're having adverse reactions to vegan diet, like, check with your doctor. It's probably not your diet.
Yeah, just make sure you're eating enough. That's what I always tell people whenever they say negative things about the vegan diet. I'm like, you can get anything that you get from meat and dairy from plants. So it has nothing to do with being vegan. Maybe you're only eating all fruit, or like, not eating a well-balanced diet. Like, eat all the grains, all the legumes, all the plants that you can, and eat enough calories, and you're gonna be okay.
Yeah. I think it's really dangerous when we start treating veganism as like this panacea, like a cure-all, because if you set yourself up for thinking that going vegan is going to cure all your problems, you're going to be disappointed, even when it only ameliorates some things in your life. It's just, we put so much pressure on ourselves to change everything about our lives. We think we're so in control, but there's either you're born with something wrong with you, or there's been damage already affected. So really, don't worry too much about being vegan. Like, go see a doctor.
It's not the only
check
thing.
yourself out.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
the
such a
only
great
thing.
point, because like, people always say that veganism helps with their skin, and I think that it does. But then again, I also, like, I know we've all had like acne flare-ups and stuff, and it's usually hormonal. Like, it's usually something else that doesn't have to do with skin. And that's such a hard topic, because so many things could be causing acne. It could be, an allergic reaction. It could be like not washing your pillowcase. It could be stress.
One of the
it could
products
be
you're
hormones.
using, and you don't realize that you're allergic to something in it. Yeah.
Exactly. So I
And you
think
can get
that's such
sick,
a good point.
Like,
Let's
when
not,
you're vegan, I got psoriasis when I was vegan.
Yeah.
And it was so scary, because I even thought, oh my gosh, is this my vegan diet? And no, it's genetic. It was already waiting to pop out. It was just, you can't put that much pressure on yourself and
just
your diet.
because you're vegan doesn't mean you're eating perfect all the time. So, like, obviously, when I've been eating a lot of oily junk food, I'm gonna break out because I was eating oily junk food. It doesn't matter if it was vegan or not, you know. So.
Yeah.
Don't worry, baby. All right, I hope we helped you guys by answering some of your questions. Please join our Facebook group and leave in the comments below if you have any more questions for our future Q&As. Don't forget to follow our individual channels, and we'll see you guys next time in a new video.
Bye.